and that's tomorrow. There's also a benefit dinner for Scott Vital, also known as the Real McCoy, Scott Vital. Everybody loves Scott Vital. And that's going to be July 13th. July 13th. And it's going to be located in the Lurville Park. And let's see, that is 601, who the heck they are? 601 Ed Broussard Road, Lurville, 70552. That's July the 13th. July the 13th. Benefit dinner for Scott Vital, also known as the Real McCoy. So let's just get right. This is a live segment. If you want to call in after we've laid everything out, then please do so. The telephone number to call in is going to be 337-366-8951. So we're going to go ahead. Tamika, let's just go ahead. We've been working together for some time. Tell us a little bit about what's actually what.
Read the paperwork.
Oh yeah, read it. Tamika Willis is a visionary leader and the driving force behind TDS Trucking Training and Technology, a company dedicated to empowering individuals through comprehensive trucking and technology training program. As a mother of 5 children and 14 grandchildren, Tamika's commitment to her family extends to her broader community, where she works tirelessly to create opportunities and foster growth. In addition to her entrepreneurial ventures, Tamika is the founder of the Edward and Ruth Brooks Senior Foundation. The nonprofit organization is named in honor of her parents and focuses on education, workforce development, and training. Through the foundation, Tamika has initiated various programs aimed at equipping individuals with the skill and knowledge needed to succeed in today's competitive job market. Tamika's entrepreneur's journey began 5 years ago, during which she has cultivated numerous valuable partnerships. One notable collaboration is with Dr. Coutan. And the National Education Foundation, which has allowed her to expand her reach and impact in the field of education and training. Her dedication to trucking industry and broader business community is evident through her active involvement in several prestigious organizations. Tamika is a member of the American Trucking Association and Women in Motion, where she advocates for the interests of trucking professionals and promotes the advancement of women in the industry. She's also affiliated with the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce, Forbes Black, Truckers Against Trafficking, TAT, and the Minority Business Development Agency, highlighting her commitment to supporting and uplifting minority-owned business. As a woman of color, Tamika is deeply passionate about dismantling economic barriers and creating pathways for women to enter the entrepreneur economic. She leverages her experience and expertise to educate aspiring female entrepreneurs, providing them with the tools and resources they need to succeed. Through her work, Tamika continues to inspire and empower the next generation of women leaders, driving positive change and fostering a more inclusive and equitable business landscape. So,
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, so just go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much for the opportunity to actually be here. I'm very excited and looking forward to talking with a lot of other entrepreneurs that's looking for ways into the industry. So one of the things I really wanted to touch on is the partnership that we have with the National Education Foundation. With the National Education Foundation, Dr. Apu Tan has given $48 million to Louisiana to help individuals located in undeserved communities get access to over 10,000 soft skill curriculums, right? And over 179 hard skill curriculums. And so we've really been focusing on getting into the middle schools, high schools, because this would give the students our opportunity to actually graduate with a certification. It's not age restricted, so you can be, however, old adults. If you're looking for a change in industry, or looking for entrepreneurship, as far as some of the things that we have are AI certifications, IT analyst, project manager, Microsoft programming, different things like that. So this is a very great opportunity for individuals in Louisiana. Also, when we talk about the trucking industry and how there's a shortage of truckers and a need for them, through the apprenticeship program that we are currently awaiting approval through the state of Louisiana, this would be a paid apprenticeship where individuals can actually come in, learn how to drive a commercial vehicle, earn their Class A CDL. We also have the warehouse and logistics, so where they would actually be able to come in. All this is paid training, you guys, so you get paid to learn. So with that, with the warehouse and logistics, they get their warehouse certification, forklift certification, OSHA general study, and your warehouse safety certification. So I'm very excited about the things that's getting ready to come up, especially with the opportunities to be able to help close the gap in the undeserved communities. Some of the target markets that we are looking at doing is justice involved individuals, formerly incarcerated, veterans, women looking to get into the trucking and construction industry, youth 16 through 24, people with disabilities. So we're just trying to have the market broad. We are also looking to help young adults that's exiting out of the foster care system. And so these are some of the things that we've been working with. We don't just want to limit it to, Lafayette, New Iberia. We want to make it a statewide thing. I've also reached out to some of the senators. We have some meeting with some council members coming up soon. So we just want anybody that's willing to be a part of this, that's looking for a change, that's tired of just the regular jobs that doesn't lead to anything, to kind of reach out to us. Again, my name is Tamika Willis. My telephone number is 337-339-2957. Or either you can reach out to Sister Khadijah. She has my contact information. I'm very excited, but one of the things I'm really asking today is if we can have sponsors come on, people, community leaders, that's really about helping bring about a change, to really come in and join us in this fight. So I'm very excited about that, and just looking forward to the journey that we can be able to bring these opportunities to Louisiana.
Okay, and now the starting pay. What would be the starting pay when you enroll into one of these classes? So
how apprenticeship works is it's on a progressing wage. So if they come in on a warehouse and logistics side, it starts off anywhere between $15 and $18 an hour, and that's just on the warehouse side. When we talk about the Class A, the heavy truck driver apprenticeship, it starts off at about 22 leading up. So it's always on a progressive wage. You have a 30-day grace period that you would be able to go through. When we first start the program, you would have, once you go through the selection process and you would talk with a case manager, you actually get paid to go through orientation as well. So we're very committed to this. That's why we're asking for, sponsors, community leaders to be able to help aid in this. And so the reason why it's very, very passionate to me, my daughter was a victim of gun violence back in May of 2022. And instead of becoming angry, instead of becoming, this person that's, just out there, right? I figured out a way of how I can bring opportunities to these areas. Instead of just going through the repetitiousness of just letting it go, right? How can we offer a solution to crime and poverty, economic opportunities? And so with this, being able to offer these soft skill programs through the partnership with the National Education Foundation, also creating this apprenticeship program that would be able to equip you with the trades that you need to go out and provide a better life for your family. I've been committed to that. Has it been easy? No. But being dedicated, we know that nothing happens and nothing's going to happen overnight. It's not an easy task, but I'm committed to this. And so I'm asking for the help of you guys. If you're interested in it, please come through and, just whatever you can do.
Yes. And it's just so outstanding that not only do we have an intelligent black woman right here, but we also have an entrepreneur, which in actuality is where you want to try to be. And you're talking about helping the community. That's what we need to do. We need to definitely help the community. And I definitely agree that to combat crime and poverty, that we need to be able to offer something that would stop people from either committing the crime and being employed, going to a job, working a job, having taxes taken out, understanding that if you work on this job long enough, you're gonna have like benefits, 401k, and all that comes to pass. Tamika, so being that this is an opportunity for Louisiana or anybody in the world, you did mention that women are part of it, and any woman that can drive, want to learn how to drive. Can you elaborate on that?
So I'm a big advocate for getting women into the trucking and construction industry. I've been in it for 5 years on my own and starting my own business, but I've always been a woman in adverse industries. And so my mission is to get more women, because we have a lot of single moms, and I'm not just, kind of separating them from everybody else, but I want to be able, because I was just there at one time, right?
Yeah.
And so understanding those barriers that they face, right? And giving them an opportunity to be able to get a job or a career that would be able to help them make money, take care of their families, but yet be home with their children, right? And raise them with their children and be able to just to do the things that we couldn't do coming from that, statistical standpoint, because at one time I was there, I depended on the government, different things like that. But now when you change the narrative, you created something different. So all 5 of my children are entrepreneurs as well. The only one, my 2 oldest sons only own construction company. My daughter is a licensed cosmetologist. I have one that does the natural products for the hair.
Okay.
So I've taught them that it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you finish. And so this is why I've been a big advocate for that. And even for our individuals that was justice involved or formerly incarcerated, we all deserve a second chance, right? And so this is a big advocate of why I do that as well, because they've faced so many barriers, and I know firsthand with the barriers that they can face coming out with employment. So equip them with the knowledge to be able to go out into the trucking industry, warehouse and logistics, and even with some of them, AI analysts. Right now, the world is going towards technology, right? And so getting these types of trades will be able to equip them with the opportunity to grow with the industry. So I'm very excited about that. And like I said, just looking to give a second chance and create opportunities where there wasn't. And then in lieu of with the new governor's bill, the SB 494, right? And so when we talk about this bill, they're positioning Louisiana to win. And they talking about transforming the state's approach to economic development. And so our mission aligns with that, because we're looking for alternate ways to be able to bring economic growth into these communities and just build it up. So, just really excited about all the opportunities that's now being presented even with this new bill.
Yes. Now, let me ask you this: you've been in business before, and you've had doors that have been closed in your face, on the side of your face, in the back of your face and stuff. How do you keep on going?
It's been really, really hard. And the doors that closed and the challenges that I faced, it was enough to make you give up,
yes.
right? Because along with that, I lost both of my parents, and my daughter was a victim of gun violence, all within that a 7-month span. And so dealing with the adversities of the business, that was just another milestone. But understanding that if this is your calling and this is your mission, it won't be easy. So you have to be committed. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak at heart, I promise you. Because it's a lot of tears, it's a lot of, discouragement, but you have to keep going. And as a woman of color that has experienced that, have felt it, you just keep you see the bigger picture. You're looking at the whole realm of it. So that's what kind of keeps me going, because every time I say, look, I'm going back to work, I can't do it anymore, God will always send someone and say, hey, can you help me with this? And I say, okay, God, I got to keep on going. So that's what we do. And that's how I've combated being discouraged, the doors closing. I kept the eyes on the prize. And Sister Khadijah, my whole thing is I want to create a legacy for my family.
Yes.
When I'm dead and gone, I want them to be able to come back and say, my mom built this, or my mom started this.
Yes.
And so that's what led me to do the Edward and Ruth Brooks Senior Foundation, because I watched my parents struggle throughout life, and I said, in remembrance of them, this is how I'm going to change the trajectory of how it used to be, breaking generational curses, creating, economic change for us. And so this is my mission of really doing that. So, I'm going to keep trying and keep fighting for it until the day I close my eyes. So.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And when you spoke about a soft skill, exactly what is a soft skill?
So basically, what a soft skill is it gives you the concept of, say, like if you do the AI analyst, right? It gives you a group of some information. You kind of break it down to different components, and then you quiz yourself on it. So this would allow you to be able to analyze the information, test up on it, and then what you can do is the more information that you can cultivate, get into the different programs, it would allow you to have like the different badges, certifications, and different things like that. Dr. Tim was supposed to be on to call in to kind of really talk about the whole program in whole. So I'm hoping he'll be able to join later. But that's just about the soft skill programs, that it will give you the knowledge to be able to actually get in and get an internship to know more about the industry itself.
Yes. And when you're talking about sponsors, is people that's coming in and they may want to sponsor a student, or they may want to sponsor 2 or 3 people. That's what you mean when you're talking about sponsorship?
Yes, ma'am. And it doesn't have to be really like all monetary, but what we're looking for is a lot of these individuals that's coming out of the jail, the justice system, different things like that. They don't have a lot of money coming out, right?
Correct.
And even some of the ones, the parents that wants to send their children. The reason why we was really targeting the school system, because there's a funding that would be able to pay for it through the school system. But for like the adults and different things like that, or the children adults that have graduated, things may have happened and they don't have it. So we're looking for sponsors to kind of get it to where we don't have to limit them to not being able to afford it. So that's the reason why we ask. And look, we looking for the sponsors to be able to make this thing, way bigger, from, offering transportation to and from the facilities. I also have a DOT, non-DOT drug testing site. So we also do that as well. So it's just something that we've been looking for, the resources. If you know anyone that has equipment, trucks that they can donate to the training facility and different things like that. We've been working with different organizations such as FedEx, UPS, Cummings. So we have a lot of great connections that we've made, and hoping that we can get those partnerships going.
Okay. All right. Yes, really sound good. You could give us a call at 337-366-8951. 337-366-8951. And we're going to put to air this show multiple times. If someone wasn't able to catch it today, then they can most likely catch it one day next week. Now, when you say drug testing, exactly what do you mean? Because isn't smoking marijuana legal?
In some states. So
in some states.
Yeah. So it all depends on the employer, what their requirements are, because even though marijuana may be legal in some states, when you're under the influence and you're doing it, like, working at a chemical plant, or you're an electrician and different things like that, you always have to have, your mind at a clear. Yes. And so, when we talk about safety, that's another thing that we have. We've partnered with OSHA. to come in, and they would be doing some of the OSHA 10 general training to help combat safety in the workplace. So those are one of the things that we have really been partnering with. And one of the things I wanted to do, Sister Khadijah, as far as just kind of bring this TAT, is Truckers Against Trafficking. I just became a certified trucker against trafficking, which is something that's really huge when it comes down to sex trafficking and these young girls and guys being exploited. As you know, if you've been paying attention to the news, there's a lot of young ladies that's becoming missing and different things like that. So we've been really advocating for that as well. So those are just a lot of great things that we've been having going on. But back to your thing of the drug testing, we do urinalysis right now. We're getting ready to do the swabs and different things. So we are mobile. We can come to you of your place of business. So that's another avenue that we're looking at doing, train the trainer. So any young people that want to get into the drug testing era, even grown, adults, you can reach out and we can do that too. So we're trying to create every avenue to where you can make money to support your family.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, you're hearing it first on AOC, but we have been on KIEE 88.3 FM, the superstation right here in Lafayette. Brother Jay, he is called in. Now we have a new phone. Just right there. Hello, caller. You have a question or comment? You're on.
Yeah, question and comment. Great to see you on TV, Sister Khadijah, and you, Sister Tamika.
Hi.
The last time I seen you guys, y'all were on the set of the Open Line Radio Show on 88.3 FM. Khadijah, I want to just open a little short statement with this. You know, in Louisiana, I guess we have a choice. You either want to build more jails or you want to have entrepreneurs. And I really applaud this young lady to set the tone in the construct of what's going on in our state with the number of our young people heading to the jail site. But you know, Sister Khadijah, there's hope out there, because I know a lot of young men, I know personally a few of them, who want to get into this whole thing of trucking and transportation. And it is a lucrative field from what I saw with some of our other friends. When I was on guest, he started his own little trucking business, and I want to salute Brother Antonio Jackson. And the issue is how hard or how difficult when you have criminal records, when some of our young people have these criminal records and they can't get them off the record to move to the next level. For instance, CDL testing and so forth, and then moving to the next level. But you know, the ground is fertile. There's many other what we call a co-industry that would feed off of having to employ these young, and I'm going to emphasize young black males, because it's very important to have young black males employed as opposed to doing a spinning the block on their partner because they're mad at something. I'm trying to keep it real.
Yes.
So having these young entrepreneurs driving their own vehicles and even getting their own rig, a lot of we don't have a lot of our truckers who come back and try to tell these young people how it set them on a road to prosperity. So I want to hang up enough of my ranting. I really appreciate you sisters coming on and giving our audience here on AOC Community Media and also on social media a great look at what you guys are trying to do. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Brother Jay. And that is so important, because I remember I was able to, in my younger days, I drove a 2.5-ton vehicle. It wasn't the type of vehicle that they have today. The type of vehicle that they have today, I'm looking at that and I go on the inside and I'm trying to say, man, this is the bomb. I mean, everything you could think about, it's right there. And you're offering the skills. I mean, had I known you 40 years ago, well, you're not that old. Had I known you 40 years ago with this thing, I'd have been me a trucker.
And look, I started off with the box truck, so I mean, I haven't really graduated to, like, I'm just getting into the training part with the 18-wheelers, but my daughter-in-law just got hers and with the 18-wheeler, so she's been over the road for the last 4-6 weeks. So she's been in Washington and everything. But I started off with an Amazon contract with the box truck. And that's how we initially started everything. And so now transitioning over to the, 18 wheelers with the dry vans and different things like that, running it, training it. And that's one of the big things that I'm glad Brother Jay touched on, the young black men, the jail system, spinning the block and different things like that. As I spoke before with my daughter being a victim of gun violence back in 22, she was shot broad daylight. And so God spared her, but it was a testimony because she graduated as a licensed cosmetologist and she's doing great. But those are some of the things that we've been trying to combat as far as the young black men having just an opportunity to be able to better themselves instead of, ending up in jail and incarcerated in the grave. So these are just some of the things that we are looking to do. And thank you, Brother Jay, for bringing that up because, sometimes we worry about being on a sensitive side, but bringing the real issues of what we're dealing with in Louisiana as far as our young black men, because even with the laws that they've been, bringing into fruition, it's been really, really rough. And it's geared towards our young black men. And they don't really understand that the system is designed to keep them down. And so being an advocate for that, being an advocate of showing, it doesn't matter where you start, it doesn't matter your demographics, it's what you want to do with yourself. And so this is kind of why we're doing what we're doing.
Yes, indeed. And that is superb. You're the founder of Edward and Ruth Brooks Senior Foundation. Tell us more about the foundation.
Okay, so with the foundation, like I said, it's in lieu of my parents, Edward and Ruth Brooks Sr., that passed away 2 years. My dad is 2 years. My mom is a year. And so I've committed this foundation to being able to create economic opportunities to individuals located in undeserved communities. Basically helping individuals that depend on the government. And so with this foundation, we're looking to partner, or we have partnered with organizations that would be able to help them create opportunities, not just education, because anybody could be educated. We have some college people that are still unemployed, but we're looking at getting industry certifications, these programs, getting into the trucking industry, construction, and different things like that. This is what Edward and Ruth Brooks stands for, to make a change in the communities that we grew up in. Just adding a solution to end poverty. It's heartbreaking because we watch our parents work all their lives, and struggle and different things. And when they do pass away, they pass away with nothing. So they don't really have nothing to leave to their children. So what it does is it continues a cycle of struggling, poverty. And so now with this foundation, I intend to change that. Total direction, creating an opportunity for not just my family, but other people that really wants to be a part of this. So that's what the Edward and Ruth Brooks Senior Foundation stands for. A change, breaking barriers. So
breaking barriers. Yep. Yes, indeed. And when you mentioned when our parents pass, they can't leave nothing to their children, their children. And then when they wind up, they've worked all their lives. They go into the nursing home. They have to go into the nursing home. They go into the nursing home. They have it set where you can't even have but one property in your name. Mm-hmm. One property in your name. They want you to have that one property in your name. If you have two property, then you can't get into the nursing home like the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Then they take your entire your mother entire check. They take the entire check for what? To not and they don't even change you. They have them at different times. Don't even give you the right medicine. The medicine at times. So if you can do it without having to put your parent in a nursing home, please do so.
Yeah. I've seen the experience of people in a nursing home, and I promised that I would never do that to my parents, and we fought so hard times or whatever because our parents made a lot of sacrifices for us. So I was very fortunate, with siblings and children that my parents never had to go into a nursing home. We was able to take care of them until they passed. And so this is what this is for. It means a lot, Sister Khadijah, because even though they're not here to see it, everybody moving forward
Yes,
are going to
that
be
is.
able to see what I've done through all the struggles, throughout the tears, throughout the sleepless nights. This is what I'm dedicated for. So I've built the tough skin because you need it, because you have to understand that the mindset of a lot of us, even with our people, you get the hardest pushback from it, even though you're trying to help them. So with that, just understanding that sometimes it's spiritual. It's not even about who you are as a person. It's about, just the mission that you have. So.
Yeah, keep talking.
Yep. No, it's just, like I said, it's just very exciting. So please reach out. Any assistance would be appreciated. And so we're just looking to create a change, and that's one of the things that we've been really pushing to the community. If you're community leaders, senators, in any type of political role, please, whatever you can do to help is greatly appreciated.
Yes, and not only that, but the presentation. You will go to a school, a building, all over, just to do the basic presentation, and which in itself is ideal, because we need the presentation and everything. And then when you're at the presentation, you meet so many different people. And one guy at one of your presentations was saying that he been trying to take care of child support. He can't get a good job for the amount of money that they want him to pay for child support, and he say, well, I've got to get into this. I've got to take my opportunity, and that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, and it's so sad because we hear a lot of these politicians and a lot of these programs talk about diversity, equity, inclusion, and giving fair opportunities. But let's be real, Sister Khadijah, not a lot of opportunities are really out there for them with the barriers.
Yeah, with the barriers. And look, I noticed this. Is that, when you would be on the road, and I've been on the road just about half of my life. When you see the truckers was like, you was like all white males. You'll see the truckers. However, they had it like sewn in. But there's somewhere how you taken. They're retired. They done got old, and now they need the young black men to come in. They opening up the doors, because the doors are open for y'all. The doors are open, and everything. You could come in there. You could learn how to be your own boss, do your own trucking and everything like that. And this is the opportunity. The television have been traveling all over.
And so one of the things that we wanted to kind of do differently, Sister Khadijah, is not just with the 18-wheelers, but right now the Biden-Harris gave $1.3 trillion to this infrastructure bill.
Stop. Say it again.
The Biden-Harris administration, they gave $1.3 trillion to the infrastructure bill, and that's fixing the bridges, the roadways, different things like that. So this is another way that you can actually make money and be home if you learn how to drive dump trucks. Right now, I am DBE certified, so we are eligible to bid on state and federal projects when it comes down to that. And so that's how I kind of wanted to kind of separate myself from the regular training that people do, and that's why I think this apprenticeship program is going to be very vital to a lot of individuals being able to get the desired jobs that they want. And even like you said, entrepreneurship of being owner operators, you can get your own dump truck and go on some of these sites. They just have the solar manufacturing. I think that one's a $1.1 billion project that's starting right in New Iberia. They also have the biodiesel project that's coming up That was $100 million. So these are so many different ideas that you can propose besides just going over the road. You can be home because some of these jobs are local. You go on maybe an 18-mile run, you know, but you home with your family and still be able to make money. So it's just so many parts to this trucking industry. And for the ones that have the barriers that can get the CDL license, that's why the warehouse and logistics program is there, right?
That is ideal.
And so I tried to create something that we would be able to eliminate any excuse. So no, I can't get the CDL because we have these issues. Well, guess what? We have a warehouse and logistics where you learn a strategic planning that you go through to learn how to stage, how to input the information into the system, how to load it into a truck. Even with all those things, you'll be able to do it. Learn a forklift certification. You can take that anywhere and work in any warehouse. And so Sister Khadijah, just from the industry itself, creating these 2 different apprenticeships is going to be great for that opportunity alone. And so, like I said, if you don't, you can't get into the CDL program, we have the dock worker apprenticeship program that you would be able to get into. So it's trying my best to, you know, convey any barriers that you may have. And even construction, we have some partners that have their own construction company. My sons have been in the construction industry for 8 years. And so we are working on creating another apprenticeship program for the construction part. And look, even for the ladies that wants to get into the hair industry, my daughter is a certified cosmetologist, and so we would be willing to create our apprenticeship in the beauty industry. So look, we trying to cover all the bases, right? And so yes, and so I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
Oh Lordy, Miss Claudia, you know I want to be a trucker, and I thought that I was one at one time, but if I'm not on the 18-wheeler like that, I just see this program and I just feel so good about it because it's an avenue to bring our men and women onto the forefront. You know, you don't have to worry about McDonald's getting $8, $9, $10. I mean, the starting pay
is $15.
It's $15. Oh my land!
Yeah. And so, and I think that's the great part, Sister Khadijah, having the on-the-job training, earn while you learn. And what is so, exciting for me, being able to go into the high schools and to the middle schools to prepare them. And so not when they graduate, we don't just want them to just graduate with their diploma and now you have to go figure it out, right? Mm-hmm. When you come out of high school with these soft skill curriculums or these industry certifications, you got a head start. Right? And so those are some of the things that, let's be real, in the African American, households, how many of them could say that they have that industry certification coming out of school, not just with the high school diploma? How many of them have the money to go to college? Not really, none of us, right? Yes. And so offering this program through the National Education Foundation is one of the ways that we can combat and really be able to offer them to say close the gap, right, in wealth. And so this is one of the things that really wholeheartedly pushing, because this is an opportunity for them to actually make money and not build someone else's legacy, build their own.
Build their own.
Yes, ma'am.
Build their own. Need I say any more? The telephone number to call is 337-366-8951. And we're talking with community issues with I'm Sister Khadijah, and you have Miss Tamika Willis. It's just there. You had spoke about this guy who's no, he's more than a millionaire.
He's a billionaire. Dr. Apu Kutan has been a mentor to Clinton, Bush, and Obama. So he has really dedicated his life to creating these opportunities to be able to offer to minorities, people in undeserved communities and different things like that. So just with him giving $48 million just to Louisiana, because he's given over $540 million to the mission. And so,
a nice picture of it.
Yeah. So that's Dr. Fukutan. He is a world renowned philanthropist. He's done a lot of work all over the world, from India to different things like that. So Dr. Apu is 81 years old, or 82 years old.
82.
And so to talk to him, he's very knowledgeable. And so our first initial, he shared with me what he's been trying to do, and I share with him, like, I'm dedicated to this and trying to break generational barriers. And he was like, I'm going to help you. This is what I've been doing. So it's been from day one, meeting Dr. Kutan has been phenomenal, and him and his mission of what he's been doing. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity. If you can go look him up, it's the National Education Foundation. Dr. Apu actually has a book that he's written. All this will be on the website, and it's free. This man is phenomenal when it comes down to helping educate individuals about education, the barriers that we faced, and just giving them opportunities. So,
Lord have mercy, and thank you so much, Dr. Afu, because I know several strong, healthy black men that need looking for a job.
Yeah.
Instead of having a job that on the weekends at a club, that's not no job. That's just
Right.
a little part-time little stuff. You need a full-time job. You need to be to work from 9 to 5 or however.
no, we're not trying to work from 9 to 5 anymore. We're trying to create our own. So having a 9
my
to 5,
bad.
but listen,
My bad.
that's a start. We want everybody to have a job, but the ultimate goal is, and we understand that everybody can't be boss, right? We need somebody to work the labor.
Yes.
But at the same time, we want to always put in your mind that there's always room for growth, right?
And you done put it in there and everything, because no matter how you look at it, I know for a fact, that this is something that I'm interested in, and for people that are handicapped, I know we have our convicted felons, we have regular people that's not working, we have veterans and everything. It all depends on what your handicap is, where you
right, because in the trucking industry is a lot of lifting and different things like that, but that's something that everybody can do. We don't want to discriminate just because you have a disability that would stop you.
Okay.
There's something in the industry that you can do. Believe it or not, we have truck drivers that's in wheelchairs. That drive that's in wheelchairs. So the disability doesn't stop you. It only cripples you if you allow it to. But some of the programs that we're trying to do, so we're actually being able to create that safe space for people with disabilities as well. So we don't want to discourage them either, because we could find something for them to do. And Walmart has been a big advocate for people with disabilities. They'll sit in and greet you, and they're the happiest people. You have some of them that's working. So disability is not to me a crippling tool, because it's something you can do. It's all about your mindset, Sister Khadijah. That's what anything is if you put your mind to it and you have the opportunities presented to you, then you can take those, dismantle those challenges and really do what you need to do. There's a lot of successful people with disabilities that overcame that.
Need you say any more? We are here with Miss Tamika Willis, and that's with TDS, Trucking Training and Technology, and it's the really enlightenment program. We want you to know that no matter where you're at in life, that we definitely can succeed, no matter what our disabilities are, or if we don't have disabilities, comprehension, whatever we have. Tamika, I would love where we could show, either going on the road at one of the, either getting me in one of them trucks. That's what I would like to see. Is it stiff shift? Or?
So look, that's what I'm telling you. So I actually don't know how to drive the sticks, right? I just been in a box truck, so I'm just in the training aspect of it, and we just, like I said, just coming back into it full force, because we had some challenges last year, but just coming back to it full force. But once we get everything established, we get the all the programs in place, we would love to have you guys come out and film the whole thing. I think this would be a great opportunity to really put our people on the spotlight and let them show that how many people are willing to support them throughout this journey. So I'm very excited about that. And like I said, it's just the beginning stage of getting everything back on track and get it moving. But we want to make sure that the pieces are in place. We want to dot all our I's and cross all our T's.
We got to do that. Yeah, we got to
Look,
do that.
I didn't have the experience of thinking that everything is good, but making sure that everything is good is vital. So this time around, I want to make sure that we have all the signatures we need to have, everything in place. We have the resources that we will be able to do, and soon we'll be coming up because we'll be looking for employees. So we'll come back on when we're getting ready to start the hiring process. We're looking for retired school teachers or retired, that would be able to come in and help us with this, or young, mentors. We're looking for people that would be able to mentor and different things like that. So anything that we could do, we'll come back when we get ready to start everything and bring it into full fruition. The great thing about Dr. Apukutan's soft skill curriculum is done online.
Online.
So you can do this in privacy of your home, convenience of your home. But for the ones that don't, we're actually creating a space where you would be able to come to the facility and be able to do it if you don't have access to the internet, or you don't have access to a computer, or not even that, if you don't have a quiet place or organized place where you'll be able to comprehend the material. Because having access to all those things and not being able to comprehend, it doesn't do you any good either. So we've been working tirelessly trying to get the facility together to be able to have them come to the place.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And the opportunity is there. So when I say the opportunity is there, it's definitely there. And when you look at it also, you could see some of our young brothers in their 40s and 50s on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with a bicycle, but that's your only means of transportation.
Yeah.
Well, if you give me a good job, I guess I could get my own transportation. This is the opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing is stopping you. Even when you look at the governor's bill, the new bill, SB 494, you say that they have money set aside.
They have opportunities, and that's one of the things. That's why I need our community leaders to kind of come in, because we deal with a lot of gatekeepers, and I'm just being real as far as with the opportunities that's out there for business on small businesses. We deal with a lot of the red tape that we have to go through. So that's why I'm really asking community leaders, politicians that's really down for the cause, to really get involved with this, because their input would make a great impact on the decisions of a lot of these people up in those areas. We see a lot of this stuff around voting time. They're looking for your votes. They want to be a part of it. But when it's not the voting time, when it's not you up for re-election, why not put your money where your mouth is? You wanted us to vote for you. We voted you in. Now do what you say you're going to do, right? And so those are some of the things that, sometimes my mouth get me in trouble, but sometimes I like to speak that, because those are some of the things and the barriers that I went through building this business. Because everybody say one thing, but when it's really time for them to do it, right, behind the cameras, off the cameras, guess what? We got to continuously call, or, I'm going to get with you. We hear a lot of that. And so, I'm just to the point now to where I'm tired of talking, right? We need some action.
Oh, yes, indeed. I definitely agree with that. And this is the right type of action.
Yes.
I mean, to help uplift people out of poverty, to help with the crime and everything. Because, like, no matter what, if the young people had something that was productive, then they wouldn't be, killing each other for no reason. I mean, there's no reason to kill anyone, and you could live the life that you out in the street, thinking that you on the street and this is your street, this is your block. But you don't pay no taxes on this. You don't own jack anything, and go to work. Pay your taxes, do all of that. This is the opportunity that people have that's not working.
Right.
In closing, Tamika, I'm allowing you a few minutes, 3 minutes for in closing. We're about to close the show. I'm allowing. This is Tamika. Tamika with TNT Trucking Training and Technology. We're gonna put down multiple airing for the show just in case you missed it. Are you able to put Tamika telephone number on? Yes. Director? Okay. So in closing, Tamika, what is it that you would like to say to Southwest Louisiana?
I would like to say I'm very committed to bringing an economic change to our area, to our state. I just need the help of community leaders, brothers, sisters, that has the same mission as me to be able to help our community and not just target, just the individuals that I looked at, but for anybody that's looking for a change. And so we don't want to eliminate anyone, but one of the biggest challenges that we have been having is having enough people. And if we could understand that as a people, that there are power in numbers, if we could stand together instead of always fighting each other as a culture and really come together and really, come together and figure out a game plan. And, because what I may not know or have missed, you could catch. And so when you work together as a team, it makes a difference. And so I'm just asking, pleading for the opportunity to be able to show what I'm willing to bring to Louisiana, and not just stopping at Louisiana. Our next state is Mississippi, is Alabama, Georgia, because my mindset is just not enclosed to Louisiana. I want to be worldwide with this, and so that's one of the things that I've been combating, because we don't want to think small.
No.
If you think small, then you keep yourself inside of a box, and I'm not in a box. And so I'm very outspoken. I don't mind. I can come to any meeting that you may have. You just let me know. I can do this presentation. But we're looking, our goal by the end of this year, we would like to have 5,000 individuals signed in to this program with Dr. Apukutan. That is one of our goals that we would like to have. So help us get to that goal of 5,000 students or individuals enrolled in this program. Really appreciate the opportunity, Sister Khadijah. Brother Jay, thank you so much. And Brother Shaid, I really appreciate the opportunity and looking forward to what we can do together as a community. So thank you very much.
Yes, and in closing, if I had a van, one of them nice van, I could go to Mississippi. I could go to these different places.
Yeah, so like I said, anything would help as far as donation, like equipment, and even with working out some kind of way where we can lease some of these vehicles. You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the things that we've been looking at. So just looking for any type of assistance. Again, my number is on the screen. You can reach out to Sister Khadijah. She can have my contact information.
Yes.
Even with, like I said, TDS Trucking Training and Technology. We also have TDS Labco Services, which is the DOT, non-DOT drug testing. And then we have the Edward and Ruth Brooks Senior Foundation. Thank you so much for all your support, for all the people that have been on the journey with me the last 5 years. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart for believing in me, and through all the, foolishness we went through. We still had some ones that were still calling and encouraging. And so, it made me feel good even through the tears and everything else that we still had people that believed in our mission. So I'm greatly thankful for that.
Yes. And again, we want to thank the director, Brother Shaheed. We want to thank Brother J, AOL. We want to thank AOC for giving us the opportunity to bring this positive program and young lady to Southwest Louisiana. And it could be you. I mean, I'm heading out for one of them trucks. I just feel it deep down in my heart about these trucks. I watched that trucking. It's some type of trucking show that they have that with the accidents and everything. I'll be watching that left and right. I'm watching that because I know I could do that. I might have trouble pulling the puller, but I know I could lift up the lifter and get the truck out the ditch. That's big time. That's big time. And we closing out. Thank y'all so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.